Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Sword. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you guys an analysis of Brawl Ball Mortis. Not necessarily a tips and tricks video, more of just a mindset kind of thing, what I'm thinking when I'm in game, what decisions I make, why I make those decisions, what to look for. So I hope you guys enjoy this type of video. It was inspired by my friend Miller Time, so big shout out to him. I'll see you guys at the end. Peace. So immediately when you start a game as Mortis, you need to be sure that you look at the other team's comp. So you can see we have a Tara and a Jessie here. Two brawlers that I know if I go for the ball in mid, I'm going to die. If the Mortis sees me go for it, he might dash into me. I get two-shotted by the Jessie. You know, 2 shots from the Jessie, 2,240 damage. 2 shots from the Tara, I'm dead. It would be very silly for me to go and try to do that. So, what I usually like to do is I'll go and move up and back through this area, not passing the goal line. I watch and observe what the other team does so that I can base my decisions off of that. So you can see, I'm moving back and forth, watching this Mortis. If you're a Mortis, I don't think I can say this enough. If you are a Mortis, you need to be watching the enemy Mortis. You do not let him go past you. You don't leave him anywhere. You need to always be on his back. You can see I'm watching him. He's my main focus. I see him go in. I'm already on him. You have OG here covering this side. I'm covering this lane. He has nowhere to go unless he tries to dribble through me, which is exactly what he does. Now we have ball control. You can see the Mortis is too far behind me now. You have Terry, who's about to die from Bob Marley, and Bob Marley then has his super so that I can travel straight up through this lane and score. That's exactly what happens. So, we go to the start of the next. This is a perfect example of why you never want to just try to go for the ball immediately, because Taras can do this and completely ruin your day. You can see this Taras just doing the classic throw super at spawn. So, you go for the ball, it catches you 100% of the time, you're dead. Thankfully, I moved back enough so that I was able to avoid it. We're continuing, you know, going back and forth, watching what the other team is doing. I see Bob Marley get kind of low, so OG rotates over. So right now I'm trying to take care of this Tara. It doesn't go too well for me. And I believe the other team ends up scoring here, which is totally okay. It doesn't really matter if the team scores on you. What matters is the second goal. Because when you're playing Brawl Ball, you don't want to play for a 1-0. You don't want to score the ball and then corner it. You want to go for a 2-0 game. You want to make your Brawl Ball games fast. So, see Bob giving some BM here. I see Dondre messes up here. I just go for shots so that I can charge my super. So I can maybe super shot the ball in. See Bob Marley taking care of the Mortis right now. Terry passes the ball to Dondre. I catch it. He tries to go straight through me again. That's just a mistake. You can't dribble through people unless you're really close to them. Now, you may be thinking, so Sword, you have the ball here. You have enough health. Aren't you just going to go straight up through here? Well, I could do that, and it can maybe not work. But I know that Emerald has all 3 Tara shots. If you watch previously in the gameplay, he doesn't shoot any of his Tara shots. So you'll see, keeps them all. So right here, I would be having to tank 3 Tara shots and 2 Jessie shots, which would not be ideal, and I'd probably end up dying. Because you can also see I have 1 dash, and maybe 2 if I'm lucky. So I just wait it out, regain health, and then see what I can do. I see Terry coming. I'm assuming that Terry is going to flank through here. So I should have enough time. If I wanted to go up through this lane, I could probably juke the Tara and shoot. That's exactly what I'm going to try to do here. Towards the Tara, the Jessie's push way too far up, and I end up scoring. So the next clip we're going to look at is a different matchup. I like to include games that are different matchups, you know, not just Mortis v Mortis. This is a very common comp that you're going to see. You're going to see, you know, Primo's the most popular ball carrier right now in the game. You're going to be seeing a lot of Primo. Tara, you almost see Tara every game. I mean, I hate to say it, you know, it gets pretty boring, but you see Tara a lot, you see Spike a lot, but you have to be careful around them. There's a reason they're played a lot, and that's because they're so effective in Brawl Ball. So you can see immediately, I'm not going to go for the ball. I'm going to get killed if I do. You know, Spike can deal upwards of 2,000 damage in one shot. So you can see Super M makes a pretty interesting play here, grabs the ball, and his mindset is, you know, Bob Marley and OG are over here. I could maybe walk it up, go down this lane, and then shoot, because it's just a Mortis, can't deal enough damage. So I immediately start dashing back into him. Bob Marley is able to catch a shot, OG catches a shot, and he's dead. So right now, you see their team is really spread out right now. It is a good thing in Brawl Ball to have your team spread out, but I don't know if it's good to have your team this spread out. Usually if you're playing a Spike, you'd want to be sort of towards the middle, so you can chip at a Frank that's sitting right here. You can see all I have right now to worry about is a Tara. Now this is a point that I also would like to mention, and that's health. You need to know how much damage you do per dash. So if I have 3 dashes, and I have a Tara at 2,100 health, and I deal 2,240 health, you know that you can take out that Tara with 2 swipes. So you should probably go for it, because Tara is one of the only brawlers that can stop you in your tracks as a Mortis. So you can see I pass the ball through the Tara, dash backwards once, and I get ball control. Now you can see the Spike is still way, way, way out of position. You have the Primo up here. I can't dash immediately because I'm out of dashes. So I'm going to have to walk up here and then try to find some way to get the ball past this Primo. You can see the Spike's here. He shoots at me, then is killed. You can see what I'm trying to do here is push this Primo to a certain side with my movement. I'm going to be walking to the left and then shooting to the right. Pretty simplistic move. Pretty easy to get down once you do it a few times, but pushing him to the left, shoot to the right. You see how he kind of followed me? He followed my movement through that whole process. So if you go back and you look, he followed me through there. He moved, he stepped to the left a little bit, left this little corner open. It's the same thing, not going to be too aggro, but this is an instance in which you can test your luck with Mortis. Because, let me show you why this is pretty important here. Instead of doing his usual play, which is going straight at the ball and countering any, you know, denying any attempt for me to get the ball, he decides to push over and sit in between these two. This is a very common spot that I see people sit at, and it is really not a good location on the map. It is a very, very poor location to be up on this map. Because if a Mortis goes through this lane, this is the most common lane for a Mortis to push through, you're going to have to rotate all the way back around. You're going to have to rotate up through here and then walk up to catch up to him. This is really just not a good decision. Also, I was pointing out earlier how their team is very, very spread out. You can see their Spike is all the way over on this right side of the map. I mean, he is completely away from the action while I have the ball. So it's pretty much a 1v3 at this point. I don't have my super yet, but if I end up dashing through people, I definitely can get my super. You can see that's what happens right now. I dash through the Primo twice, he rotates around. Now that you have your super, you can walk up to here, just auto-aim your super button, it'll go in. Just like that. Simple enough play to do. Didn't really require much thinking, but we, you know, game over in 30 seconds. So this is the final game that I have for you guys. You can see I'm looking at the enemy brawlers as usual. It's something you always want to do. So you can see we have a Mortis, a Nita, and a Colt. 3 brawlers that really don't have that much DPS. So you're going to want to be a little bit more aggressive against these type of comps, especially when they include Colt and Mortis. Nita, not so much, but these 2 brawlers, if you look for them, you can be a lot more aggressive. But it's better just to play safe. You know, don't always try to go for the ball because a Colt could just be spamming it and you'll get full clip twice. So, you see what I usually do? Pace back and forth between here. And you can see the same point that I have pointed this out before in my last clip. This corner over here is horrible. It's a horrible position. Because you can see, I see the Nita go through here, and I immediately know, well, this is a goal. Because you have a Mortis that's low in health. He's going to die from 1 penny shot and a Mortis shot, or 2 Mortis dashes and a penny shot. You have a Colt that's not going to be able to hit me if I'm dashing really fast up through here. And Anita that has now completely taken herself out of the battle because she's in between these two walls. You can see I go for the ball, and then my immediate thought is to go up through this lane and shoot right about here. So King immediately knows what I'm doing. He dashes into me, trying to get some damage off so his teammates can finish me. You see, the Nita has realized what I'm doing. She's going to start moving back in this direction up to try to hit me. LOL is either going to rotate through here to try to get shots off or rotate around here. But Mortis is fast enough to where if he were to rotate, I would have already shot and scored. You can see this happens incredibly fast. Dash once, dash twice, shoot. The Nita tried to rotate up through here, but couldn't get shots off fast enough. And that's the first goal. So this is another point in this video that I wanted to point out. So this is another clip in this video that I wanted to point out to you guys. This is, you know, the importance of playing on a Mortis and, you know, how crucial it can be that you really do play a good defensive Mortis and know what the enemy Mortis is going to do. You have to think in their shoes. What would I do in this situation? So you can see one of my teammates has gone down, OG. You have Bob Marley on this side of the map. You have this open lane right here, or this lane right down the middle. This Mortis has an open field here. So I want to play as aggressive as possible, avoiding this Nita, but I need to make sure that I deny this Mortis any kind of movement on the map. So you can see I'm playing up and down, you know, trying to bait him out, you know, act like I'm going down through here. Oh, maybe I want the Nita, so it'll try to dash through here, which is I do. I go back here. He makes a move to dash, and I dash to the ball and catch it before he does. Now I have ball control, you know, crisis averted. So if you guys have made it to the end of the video, I'm very proud. I know the gameplay was kind of hard to watch. I'm a bad editor. I'll get better, don't worry. But if you guys enjoyed that type of video, make sure to tell me in the comments below. I want to hear you guys' opinions. If you thought it was good, bad, what I could change, you know, all that. Just let me know so that I can help improve the content in the future. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. See you in the next video. Peace.